Alright, so you guys saw I have a battery. Before I just pop that battery in, I'm gonna wash off the bike. It's covered in pollen, but the other day we had a really epic storm and it knocked a lot of the oak flowers, the little dangling things in the trees that produce most of the pollen that lands on stuff and turns everything yellow. Most of it got knocked out of the trees, so most of it's sitting on the ground right now, which is good because it'll get absorbed and washed away and no longer floating around. So this crap produces most of the pollen that we see. And see, I got a little bit here, but literally I've had to shovel it and vacuum it out of my driveway because there's so much. I mean, I could fill up 5-gallon buckets full of this stuff. And now that it's not floating around in the air as much, we can wash this thing and it'll actually stay cleaner. Let's get it clean before we put that battery in. God, the bike looks so much better when it's just wet. I haven't even washed it, it's just wet. It's like such an improvement. I did buy some engine degreaser because I want to get some of the gunk off certain parts so I can see if the engine's leaking anywhere. That'll be handy if I've got to take the engine apart anyway. There's some dirty spots down here that can be degreased, and there's some, you know, stuff around the wheels. I don't have to worry about leaks there, but just a lot of crud that needs to be cleaned off. A bunch around here and down on the bottom there. Yeah. Alright, let's get scrubbing. Alright, this is so much better. The wheel, you can actually see how it's so much cleaner, especially on this side. It was so gunked up. You could barely see the silver on there. Oh, that's nasty. There was so much crap stuck to the bottom. There still is a lot that I haven't gotten to, that I don't have a brush that will quite fit in there. I got to take all these parts off. They're rusty. So I'm going to have to eventually pull this whole, probably everything apart, probably pull the whole motor out and scrape it down and repaint it. The motor's a lot cleaner now. It's not totally clean, and I didn't expect it would be totally clean, but you know, it's a lot better. And that wasn't really the point, was to get it 100% clean. It was to get the majority of the crap. Oh, I missed a spot. It's hard for me to rotate that front tire because it's sitting on it. But you know, whatever. I'm not too worried about that. That's just, you know, dirt on the tire. So got all the bird crap off. The birds like to crap on my gauges. They crapped here and they crapped there. So anyway, I'm gonna let all this stuff dry before I put the battery in, because water and electricity, kind of a bad mix. All right, I'm back down in the shop putting a few things away. After this dries off, or I go dry it off, most of it. Some of it I'm just gonna let drip dry, but I'm gonna stick the battery in, and I am gonna try and start it and see what happens. I really don't expect it to start. That would be amazing if it started right up. I just don't think it will. I know for a fact my friend who gave me the bike had it running at one point, but just not very well. Barely well enough to ride on side roads. You know, you couldn't get on the highway with it, he said. So if it starts, I'll be elated. But I have no real expectations of that. So anyways, I'm gonna go clean up my mess, and then we're gonna go put a battery in. All right, to say I'm annoyed is an understatement. I waited so long to order that battery, and then it doesn't fit. The posts are on the wrong side. It doesn't fit in the container where it's supposed to fit. It will fit without it, but it's supposed to go inside of that. And the posts are on the wrong freaking sides. Like, how do you screw that up? Their little thing that determined what battery to buy was just completely wrong. Anyway, I guess I gotta figure out if I can return this and order another one.